Sage Wanderer coming at you from my van down by the river. So 5,000 subscribers. Who'da thunk it? So if you're a fan of the channel, you know that I started this kind of as a video diary, and I never really thought anybody would look at it. And I was so surprised when I started getting subscribers. And something maybe you hadn't thought about that was part of my thinking when I started the channel is that if you've ever done genealogy, then you know that if you go back and look for your ancestors, you look at things like records from their marriages and maybe how they entered the country potentially, and you might find birth certificates and maybe government licenses, that kind of things, to try to shape maybe who this person was and get an idea of them. And then when you get further up, you've got pictures and photographs, and later on you've got 35 millimeter or 8 millimeter film, and then videotape. And but I think the genealogists of the future, if in fact this all holds together, we're assuming that it's not going to all fly apart and we're not going to get bombed back to the Stone Age or get raptured out, but if it keeps on trucking and technology keeps advancing, then your ancestors will look back on your life via your digital footprint. Think about that when you're posting stuff up on Facebook. That, your legacy could be your Facebook page. Your legacy could be the things that you say online on other people's pages. That eventually this stuff is all going to be archived, and sooner or later people who want to know about their ancestors will go back and they'll dredge up all this material that's about you and can be linked to you. So what kind of legacy are you leaving behind? It's kind of scary, right? So when I thought about that, I thought, I should just start a channel, a YouTube channel really, or just start making videos telling my stories and talking about my beliefs and talking about my unusual life and the things that have happened, and cataloging the struggles that we go through on a daily basis in video diary format, mainly so that my great-grandkids could get an idea of who I am. And so I'm totally shocked and totally surprised and humbled by everyone's interest in what I'm producing. And the fact that I made a few bucks from it too, that was mind-blowing. I never expected to make a penny. And not that I've made much more than a penny, but it's amazing technology, and I'm glad to be part of it. And I love being able to share my stories with people, and I'm surprised by the impact that it has on people, and how it makes people feel, and the responses I get in the comment section, both positive and negative, are fascinating to me. And I'm truly humbled and touched almost on a daily basis by the wonderful things that people say about me and the content I provide on the channel. And if you go back, if you haven't seen it, go back and look at a video. Your love has changed me, because I think one of the most shocking and interesting things about this channel is the transformation that I've slowly gone through over the course of the last 3 or 4 months. I think it was in August when I started this channel, and now here we are in November, almost December. And I've undergone a transformation that blows me away when I look at it. And you guys can take a lot of credit for that. Your love led me back to God. Your love gave me faith in humanity that I'd kind of given up on everybody. And another part of the change is that when I started this channel, I figured we were already neck deep in a civil war and we'd be shooting by now. Honestly, I figured that everything would be flying apart by now. And so the channel kind of also shows me getting more faith that maybe the good guys are going to win, and there's more of us out there than I thought, and maybe that there's a way for us to get through all of this without our society coming apart at the seams. So you see that hope come up as well. But I want to thank all of you. 5,000 subscribers. I'm just a few thousand away from 1 million views. I never would have thought anybody would have looked at anything or listened to anything I had to say a million times. That's I can't really fathom that. It's kind of beyond my ability to grasp. And I think it's just going to continue to keep going as long as I'm making content. My content on this channel's got picked up by The Guardian and embedded in their stories. It's been picked up as far away as Hungary. And I've got a video now about the MK Ultra trainer, that something's happening with it. I don't know how it's getting shared around, but it's getting 10,000 views a day almost in the last 3 or 4 days. So something's happened with that too. I guess I'll find out. But I want to apologize to my viewers if I don't get around to responding to every single comment. I've got so many videos. I try to comment on videos when they first come out, like the first day or two. But then some of those that get picked up from back in the library and take off, and there's just thousands of views, I can't, and hundreds of comments, it's really hard for me to keep up. It's more than a full-time job, really, just keeping up with the comments. But I want you to know that I appreciate your comments. I think I read nearly all of them. Some I miss. I don't get to respond in as much as I'd like to, just because there's just not enough time and energy for me to be able to keep up with it all. And that's a blessing, that there's so much going on in this channel that I can't even keep up with it. I'm blown away and humbled by it. And I'm glad you guys like the content. I try to be really diverse. I've got music going on in the channel, my own original music. I've got my political commentary. I've started kind of I won't call it a Bible study, but a discussion of a religious sort in the Hellfire series that's picked up a lot of followers. Coffee talk. People love just talking about weird conspiracy theories. And I just love that everybody loves my my stories. Early on, after about the 5th or 6th story that I told in my story time with Uncle Sage, one of the viewers said, "Hey, don't make so many videos. You're gonna run out of stories." Yeah, he don't know me very well, do he? I had such a crazy life. I've got so many more stories, and there's so many more stories that I can't really tell that are just not for public consumption. But I've got plenty more where that came from, and I'm just getting started on telling all of the stories of my life. So hopefully my great-grandkids will see this, and my great-great-grandkids. I have to ask you, what legacy are you leaving behind for your great-grandkids online? But yeah, it's something to think about. But I want to thank all of my viewers. It's been a fun ride. We're going to keep on trucking. Hopefully 10,000 subscribers is the next big the next big crossroad we'll get to. And I'm just humbled that we've got as far as we have, and I'm going to keep grinding out content on a daily basis as long as I possibly can. So we'll just keep on talking, keep on discussing things. But it's you guys that make this happen. It's I probably would have made a bunch of videos anyway, but the fact that everybody is into what I'm doing and it's growing so fast, it motivates me to do even more. So yeah, thank you. This is all because of you guys. And thank you for making 5,000 subscribers for me now. And I'll try not to let you guys down. All right, God bless you. God save the Republic. All of that. Everything I can think of. Every catchphrase. Down by the river. All that. But thanks again for getting us to 5,000. Woo!